On September 23, 2023, in Essex, England, the family doctor of John and Lois McCullough contacted the police with a request to conduct a welfare check on his patients, as they had not shown up for regular appointments in several years. All scheduled visits had been repeatedly canceled by their daughter. What later became clear was even more alarming. No one had seen John or Lois in a very long time. Their 36-year-old daughter, Virginia McCullough, gave conflicting explanations, telling some people her parents were ill and others that they had gone on vacation. This raised serious suspicions, prompting detectives to obtain a search warrant. When police officers arrived at the McCullough family home, Virginia calmly told them she had something to show them.
It's fine. No one in here at the moment. Hold on. The police. Got it.
Stay where you are.
Stay where you are.
Show me
Stay where you
your
are. Show
hands.
your hands. Yeah.
Ginny.
Yep.
Ginny.
Yeah.
Oh. The time is 12:12. You're under arrest on suspicion of murder against Jonathan McCullough and Lois McCullough.
Yeah,
Okay?
okay.
So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm defence. If you do not
No, I just
mention
take my coffee.
or in question, so much like just want anything to do so with your business. Okay? Alright, your arrest is
I'll
necessary
cooperate, I'll
for a
cooperate.
prompt and effective.
Is there anything in the pocket we should know about?
Yes, there
Where?
is. Can I take you to it?
No, you can tell me.
Can we go in there for a second, just so I can tell you something about what's in there?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
Let's tell us
the only
something
reason I
about
said I need to tell you something about what's upstairs on the top floor as well.
It's fine.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yes, mind your feet, so obviously
Yeah.
we can
Honestly, I'm not that dangerous.
No, it's fine.
I know, but obviously I've got to be careful. My dad's body's in there.
Right, okay.
Yep, okay. Obviously I'll
Where about
say,
your mum?
a little bit more complicated.
Okay.
That's why I said, can I go upstairs and show you?
Right, can you
If
explain
wanna
it to
bring
us, please? Because
officers,
we're trying to preserve this. It's now going to be seen, so we need to preserve this the best we can. So I don't want you to have you walking up there, all right? Because that's for your well-being as well as ours.
Oh, no, up.
Okay. So what?
Thank you.
Where
Can I grab
will
some
we find
hairbands
your
as
mum?
well, if possible?
Where will we find your mum?
Okay, so upstairs there are about 5 wardrobes.
Yep.
It's behind the bed, at the back, next to the sink. That's the second one. I've slipped 5 of those into his drink. There were about 2 or 3 drinks that I brought downstairs. And yeah, they were basically, he didn't drink all of them. He only drank probably about half of 2. But yeah, when I went in the morning, this was before my mother. When I went in the morning, early hours, I got up about half an hour early, about 6 o'clock in the morning. Came in and he was gone. He was gone.
Okay.
It's
On June 17, 2019, Virginia prepared a cocktail made from alcohol and powerful prescription drugs, which she served to her parents. John McCullough, whose drink was mixed with alcohol, received a much stronger dose. After drinking 2.5 glasses, he went to bed and never woke up. Virginia's mother, Lois McCullough, didn't consume alcohol at all, so the cocktail her caring daughter had made for her wasn't quite as deadly. The next morning, Virginia woke up to find her father's lifeless body downstairs in his study. Her mother, who was feeling unwell after the previous night's drink, remained upstairs in her bedroom, lying on the bed and listening to the radio. As Virginia later confessed, she was afraid her mother might come downstairs, see her father's corpse, and realize everything. So she decided to act preemptively. Armed with a hammer and a kitchen knife, she walked into her mother's room and coldly finished what she had started.
I did know that this would kind of come eventually. It's proper that I serve my punishment. So, yeah.
After committing the murders, Virginia drove to a store and, using her father's credit card, purchased rubber gloves and sleeping bags. She then returned home and ordered 40 cinder blocks, cement, and sand online. Next, she began dealing with the bodies. For her father, she constructed an improvised mausoleum out of cinder blocks and sleeping bags. Her mother's body was wrapped in a blanket and more sleeping bags, then hidden in a wardrobe upstairs. For the next 4 years, Virginia lived in the house with the corpses of her parents. She took out loans in their names to buy clothes, jewelry, and to gamble in online casinos. To neighbors, she claimed John and Lois were either ill or traveling. On holidays, she sent greeting cards to relatives, pretending they were from her parents. In total, over those 4 years, Virginia managed to obtain £149,697 using John and Lois's credit cards. That's approximately $200,000 US.
Cheer up, at least you caught the bad guy.
I'm
I
just
know, I
waking
don't
up
seem-
today
I
and
don't-
done my
I don't
job.
like it.
No.
I know I don't seem
Not a lot,
100% evil, but we all, yeah,
I'm not going to comment on anything.
No.
It's not my job to comment on it, okay? Because I've got to be impartial with everything, okay? So I'm not going to give any comment.
No, well, I mean, I deserve to obviously get whatever's coming sentence-wise, because that's the right thing to do. And that might give me a bit of peace. Also in the handbag as well, there's, and again, because you're probably going to need to know about it, there's a card in there, card one money. And that's a bank card where there's a lot of transactions that have taken place over the last few years from money that pertains to my parents.
At the time of the murders, 36-year-old Virginia was still living with her 70-year-old father, John, and 71-year-old mother, Lois. For years, she had been deceiving her parents, claiming she had a well-paying job and even showing them fake bank statements that suggested she was expecting a large sum of money. In reality, Virginia was already in debt, owing £48,000, which is roughly $62,000 US. Most of that money had been spent on gambling and online casinos.
So, murder weapon is upstairs in the toilet room, kitchen knife. It's in the middle of the brown carpet, against the wall, opposite the shelves. So there are 2 long white shelves. So opposite where that wall is, that's where the knife is. So next bit is very hard to talk about. That's probably the most grisly detail. So on the ground floor, underneath the stairs, there's a few like storage boxes and things. And in the middle, I think it's in one of the boxes or in a bag or something. If you want me to shush after this, it's fine. But every bit helps. You will find forensic bits helpful. There's a hammer. I know, but I'm trying to help so you find everything. It's in the middle, underneath the stairs. It will still have blood on it. It's rusted, but it will still have blood traces on it. So not cooperating is futile.
Yeah.
There's no point in not cooperating, there really isn't. And plus, apart from watching my eyes, you pay for what I've done. That's the solid point, I think. So, yeah.
In court, Virginia McCullough pleaded guilty, and on October 11, 2024, she was sentenced to life in prison. During the hearing, it was also revealed that Virginia had been diagnosed with paranoia and autism. Her defense attorney told the court that the defendant was not using her autism as an excuse for what she had done, but that it did, to some extent, help explain her actions. The judge acknowledged this, but stated that her condition only marginally reduced her culpability. Therefore, she would be eligible for parole consideration after serving 35 years.